So hey, here's something I run into a lot. When I'm trying to help private practice owners really succeed in private practice, what I often find them doing is searching through books. They just get all kinds of books and they try to go and get all the data they can and do it yourselfer and become that CEO, that super owner, that super leader that they've always kind of seen, they felt, they've experienced in their life, and they want it for themselves. They want to run their practice in the same manner. And they think the answers are in books or in podcasts or in YouTube, even the best we can give you on YouTube, books, podcasts, TED Talks is an epiphany, is a bright idea, is something that's going to be enlightening to get you to think about something that you haven't thought about before, to get you to look at something you haven't looked at before. That's the start. And I think that's a great thing, but it's not the solution. The solution isn't going to be found here in YouTube. It's not going to be found in a podcast or in any of the books that you read. You're going to get bright ideas. You're going to get clarity. You're going to get vision. You're going to get an entrepreneurial kick in the pants by doing that. But the reality is, unless you can transfer that information and assimilate it into your existing body of knowledge for application, you don't have skill development. You haven't perfected that skill, and you have not grown as the professional leader and executive that you want to be. So one of the things that we focus on here at Meg Academy, when I talk about what we do different than everybody else, is we're much more focused on education, duplication, and application. Just like in PT school, you had to go to lecture, learn all about the physical therapy principles, concepts, and background knowledge information, whether it be biology, physiology, or psychology, or chemistry really didn't help us much, right? But we had to do it. And then you went to lab and you learned how to duplicate what it is that you were learning in the books and the pages and the slideshows. Like, oh, that's what that is. And then you went to an affiliation and you practiced it and you applied it and you practiced it and you applied it. And then you developed the skills for the grade 2 mobilization or the grade 3 or the plyometrics that you wanted to do with your patients. And you became a highly skilled clinician. I'm sharing with you that the start of this journey is in the knowledge, is in the education, is in the enlightenment, is in the excitement and entrepreneurialism of books, podcasts, YouTube channels, TED Talks, things of that nature. But if you don't take it one step further and learn the skill development through tools and application and role play of how to actually achieve what it is you want to achieve, it's just not going to happen. It's not going to become part of you. Soft personnel management skills focus on the beingness of you. You know you get walked on from time to time. You know you compromise because your employee is complaining about this or giving you pushback on that. And what do? You immediately start thinking, well, I better satisfy this person. They may quit. They may walk, and then I'm in big trouble. Now I got to start all over. Well, now that compromise with your principle, that compromise with your integrity, those small transgressions lead to you losing control of the company culture, the team approach, if you will, the team support, the loyalty and the commitment of those in which you've hired. Now you are the effect of the people around you. Here's what you can do about it. Here's the tool. Gain agreement. Study the art of communication whereby you can gain agreement with others in a very easy fashion. Through listening, through communicating back in their reality so that they get and hear what you're saying and they're like on the same page with you, and doing it in a way that's in manners. Assertive politeness, like being assertive but being polite at the same time. Holding your own ground, having a backbone, having the level of confront that is needed for your staff to know that you mean business, you're the final word on this. They're here to support your vision, row in your boat in the direction you're going in. So what do I mean by that? I'm working with a group now that's in a part of the country where everybody tends to have some socialist idea that there is no hierarchy here and we're all on the same playing field and we all should be, equal in everything that we get. It should all be equitable. That is not true. That's absolutely not true, because last time I checked, that employee's name is not on the loan. It's not on the door. It's not responsible for the payroll. It's not responsible for how to outcreate the income squeeze we're all experiencing. So you need to lay the law down in a polite but assertive manner. Think of Oprah Winfrey. She's polite but assertive. That's where you want to be. The soft personnel management skills get you comfortable in your own skin so you can say anything to anyone while remaining comfortable. That's what I'm talking about. What does it look like? It looks like this. So, hey, Bob, I really understand that you were communicating to Sally about our pay performance model, and you said that this is a money grab for the owners and that we should all reject it. I just wanted to hear your side of the story, and I would really prefer that you speak to me about these sorts of things versus talking to Sally about it. So let's go ahead and talk about what your considerations are, and let's take them one by one. That's confront. I called him out on his out ethics by nattering and complaining to an employee. I told him I want to hear him out, and I want to address each and every one of those issues one by one. And then when he starts bringing them up, I would be saying stuff like, I could see why you would think that. I could understand how you would come from that perspective, or how that would come up, or how you might envision it would be that way. Let me share with you a little bit more data, and then maybe with that consideration, you may change your opinion or change your mind about that. Maybe with more information, you might have a different thought or idea of how this could actually benefit you, and how this isn't about the owner, but this is about you. Because the reality is, if you're not on a pay performance model, then you're not really sharing the wealth opportunity. You're not sharing the opportunity for your staff to actually grow, flourish, and prosper, because you're capping them on the salary plus benefits. You're telling them when to take lunch. You're telling them when to come to work. You're telling them when to go home. When you're on a pay for performance model, they can increase, they can increase their hours. They can increase their amount of days that they work. They can work through lunch if they want, and they're being rewarded to do so. It's not just being rewarded on volume, but it's being rewarded on quality, efficiency, and productivity, which are the three key elements of what makes a great therapist operate in the top 10% of their practice, top 10% of practice, top 10% of their license. If this sounds good to you, if this information sounds like you're relating to that, like, yeah, I just don't know how to handle their objections. I just don't know how to turn it around and get them to look at what I'm trying to do that's positive for them. It all starts with you having a degree of confronting the communication, not looking at it from their set of glasses, not thinking, oh, they're going to leave, oh, they're going to quit, oh, it's going to be this. Now you have to look at it from your perspective, like, oh, I have to build this team. I have to assemble people who have a common purpose and common goal. I have to give them opportunities to have a greater level of exchange, whether it be in time or money. I have to make the decisions in this practice that move this group forward so I can share the benefits, share in exchange in abundance with my staff so I can do more work, greater work, better work, more efficiently with higher technology and more advanced training with these people so I can do it with fewer people versus more people. Most owners are reaching out to me saying more people, more problems. I'm saying if you invest in the people, you gain their agreement, you show through the art of communication how to appropriately listen, how to appropriately respond back so that they know you duplicated what they said. They feel heard. And then you get them to look at the idea that maybe they need to step off of their fixed idea. Maybe they need to step off of their fixed consideration and consider for a moment that there's more going on here than what they originally thought. Once you have that going on, you have the ability to bring about agreement, to bring both parties together for a common purpose and common goal. As the CEO and practice owner, that is your responsibility in order to cultivate the company culture that you've been looking for. I hope this concept and I hope this discussion really helps you to think with, I need to be a better CEO, and it starts with being a better communicator. It starts with getting the skills of how to bring about agreement amongst my group so that I can move out the negative, antagonistic, cancerous people in my group, because they do exist. I'll move them out and replace them with people who are willing and able and upbeat and wanting to see us strive for more, wanting to see the group succeed at a higher level, and wanting to understand that their success is directly dependent upon the group success. It's not the other way around. Selfish I, me people have no business being a part of a team. So they can go do home health where they can run around, get paid for what they do, and they're on their own little island, and that's it. They can be that redheaded stepchild that likes to run with scissors in another environment, but they can't do it here. They can't do it in the four walls of your practice, because you're building a group culture in which everyone's winning, and you're affording them opportunity. You're not giving handouts, you're giving opportunity. I hope this message resonates with you. This is my hopes and dreams, that every practice owner creates the company culture that is their ideal scene so that they can live and you can live the life that you've always envisioned for yourself. Good luck with all that.